Welcome to the music news for the streets. I'm your anchorman, Sum, hit the keys. And in today's newscast, we have all kinds of exciting stories from a killer $1 deal. Looks like Rhodes just dropped a brand new piano library, and Dawesome has updated Love to Dawesome Love 2. But our top story today, this one comes from Excite Audio and Plugin Boutique. It looks like they are offering Evolve Air Lite for $1, and then you can go grab Distiller for free. Great deal, guys. So I'm just randomly clipping this part in because I forgot to mention that there's a code in order to get Evolve Air Lite. So I'll leave the code in the description. I got y'all. When we take a look here at Evolve Air, I did cover this last week, the new version that just came out, the Evolve Air. This is the light version of this. You'll see with this version, you're going to get 75 presets in this thing. You're going to get 4 different layers. So I don't believe that you get this part right here. I think that you just get the top with the 4 different sound engines, and then the macro controls here. It tells us down here on the bottom the difference in what we're going to get here. So the full on the light version, you're going to get the 4 sound sources. You're going to get the sample on the synth engine, the sound engine parameters, global randomize, XY axis, macro controls, a lot of that stuff. You're only going to get 75 presets and 125 sound sources, but that's still a lot. You're not going to be able to import samples and do some of the other things like the rearrangeable FX modules and the drag and drop modulation, but that's understandable, right? So I have it pulled up here in FL Studio, as you can see. Again, I did a review on it. It's going to have sounds that sound like right? So I made a little demo beat using a bunch of the sounds with Evolve Air. So I'll just go ahead and play this real quick. Then we'll kind of go through some of the sounds and let you guys kind of hear some of them. But again, this is a no-brainer for $1. Right, so with this Evolve, let's just go ahead and open up this Evolve 3 right here. So this was one of the noises or one of the sounds that I had. Now, what's cool about this plugin, again, is you got cloud, so we can take some of that cloud off, take this frost down. Right, but you have different stuff that you can do. So you can hit randomize and it'll randomize everything for you. You hit randomize again. Right, there's going to be a bunch of presets in here. Unfortunately, I don't know what presets you're going to get. So I'm just going through some randomly, but obviously you'll probably get some of the ones that I go through. Now, what's cool about this is that when you're looking at it, you get your sample and you get your synth. So you can hop over here and you can go through different wave shapes to change this. Right, so you hear how it's changing. I can change the pitch too if I want to. So we'll just go up to 12. We can come down here. We can change this one too. So we can change this to something else if we wanted to. So you see how easily I'm changing this. You have an XY axis, so you can go between the different sounds. You can do the same with the effects too. And then again, you still have the macros down here. But again, you have a bunch of good sounds in here. You know what I'm saying? Some good leads in here. Different keys. Just stuff that's going to sound kind of airy. You know what I mean? That's why it's called Evolve Air. But you're going to get stuff that sounds like that. I'll play a couple pads for y'all too. That's kind of fire. But I mean, you're basically going to get stuff that sounds like this in here. Pretty dope, especially for $1. And you're about to get the next plugin. All right, guys. And up next, I've got a freebie for you guys today. But this one is only with purchase at Plugin Boutique. It is called Distiller. Distiller is a pretty solid distortion plugin. I reviewed this a ways back on the channel. I covered it on the news. And I did a giveaway with this maybe like 3 years ago or so. Pretty cool little distortion plugin. I liked it a lot when I first had got it. It's got like 2 different layers. So you've got a filter, you've got distortion, and then you've got your LFOs underneath there. So I just have this bass right here. Right, but now once I throw Distiller on there, I can get it to sound like this. Right, so you can get some nice sounds with this really quick. Obviously, you have different filter slopes here that you can mess with. Right, so as you guys can see there, you're gonna get a ton of different filter types. As I couldn't scroll back to the main filter type that I wanted. Then over here, you're gonna get different kind of saturations, soft clips, all that good stuff. So we'll go through a few of these. And I forgot to mention, you get 2 different kinds of distortion types that you can add over here. So you can change this one too. And then you mix in between them like this. You've got control over the LFO of both of them down here at the bottom. So you can run free or you can go sync. Obviously, you know, you can change the rate, you know, just this simple. Pretty easy plugin to use. So you can obviously hear the LFO working as I turn it up. Let's check out a few presets on this thing. So we're just gonna check some of these out at random. So we'll put that one on top of a loop real quick. All right, guys, so I grabbed Distiller, I put it on top of that piano. So I had that piano, and the piano sounded like this. Right, but then once I threw Distiller on her, I can get it to sound like this. Right, so that's pretty cool for a break or something to just start your verse off or something like that. Let's see what this next one sounds like. So ultimately, this thing is pretty fire too. I mean, I'm definitely gonna recommend going to grab both of them, especially when you consider that it's $1 for both, and they're both fire. Go get them. And up next, it looks like Rhodes has just dropped a new library of pianos called Pianology. Let's go ahead and check this thing out. So as we see here, Rhodes Pianology, intimate access to truly exceptional pianos. It is a collection of 3 separate pianos. The intro price of this is going to be $104. After the intro price, it'll go up to $149.95. With this, you're gonna get 3 different pianos. So you're gonna get this Japanese upright piano. You're gonna get an American grand piano, and you're also gonna get a Japanese electric grand. Remember, you can grab this too at Plugin Boutique. If you do, the freebies that you can get are Melodyne 5 Essentials or Riffer, or you can get the Distiller, but obviously you get that Distiller for $1. If you want, I already have it, so it's not present. So let's go ahead, open up the DAW, check this thing out. So I have Rhodes Pianology right here. It looks like this. I've got a little demo beat that I put together. It's just a loop though, so I'm just gonna play it and let you guys hear it, and then we'll break everything down from there. So tell me which loop sounds better though, real quick. We never do this, but we're gonna do it today. Tell me which loop sounds better, that loop or this loop right here? Because I was working on a beat before I actually put the piano on here. I might like that one a little better. But let's go ahead, check out this Rhodes again. So these are the 2 Rhodes that I used. I used this one right here. Sounds pretty good to me. And then I also use this one right here as well. I mean, they both sound fire. I like the sound of both of them. I like this piano though. So let's go ahead and pull this back up. So we're gonna pull this pattern up right here. And we'll just kind of go through this a little bit. So as we're seeing here, this is what this sounds like again. I lied, I pulled up the wrong piano. Need to get my life together, huh? All right, so bam, let's pull up the right piano. All right, so now that we have this up, it sounds like. So what's cool about this, again, you get 3 different pianos. So bam, you're gonna get the grand, you're gonna get the upright. And then you're also going to get this electric grand too as well. So I'm not going through the presets, I'm just changing the piano on my current preset. And then with the other pianos, you're gonna get things like, you know, you can get an amping box, and then you got a mic here too. So that's cool. You got different controls over here, like with your preamp, your EQ, compressor, tremolo, all that good stuff. So So you gotta love the sound of that tremolo. But we'll go ahead and turn this back down a little bit though. So you know what I'm saying? You can do a lot with this piano really quick with the effects that you have. Pretty cool. So we'll check out some of the presets in here. So these are gonna be some of the presets in this. So, I mean, those are going to be some of the sounds that you get in there. I'll leave this link below in the description along with everything else. And up next, guys, looks like Dawesome has just dropped Love 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So if you guys don't know, Dawesome Love or Love is a plugin. It's kind of like an plugin that you would use for like ambience, but you can use it for anything because it's like a granular effect that has a bunch of other plugins or effects mixed into it. So basically what they did now is that they've just added a bunch more effects. So you've got grains, you had grains and stuff before, but you have just so much. So they say here there's 15 new effect modules, there's 100 new presets, drag and drop. It's pretty dope. I did a full review on the first version of this. I really like this plugin because of the shimmer reverb and what you can do. So let's go ahead, hop into FL Studio, check this thing out a little bit more. So I just kind of pulled it up on this last beat that I was playing for you guys. So like, let's say we played that piano again. I had that piano and this is what it sounded like. Right, but if I turn this Love 2 on, I can get it to sound like this. Now in the beat, that sounded pretty dope with everything else. So with everything else playing in the beat, it sounded pretty dope. Right, so I used it there. It sounds pretty cool. I didn't necessarily use it, but I mean, you can use it for this. And so this is what the bass sounds like. But you can use this on bass too. Right, so you can do some cool stuff with your bass. You can also use it on your drums too. So I did use it on my drum bus. I'll let you guys hear what that sounds like. So here's what the drum sounded like initially. Now, once I put Love on them, I got them to sound like this. And with everything else on, so just adding Love is giving me all that little extra background noise on my drums and on my piano, which is really fire because it's just adding more textures. So it's like it's added a percussion loop for me and like another melody. You can get more in depth in this. Again, I've done a full review on Love. I feel kind of bad because I wanted to do this more justice. But I've already been recording this video for about 45 minutes, so I don't know what this edit's gonna look like, and I still have another story to cover after this. But this thing is dope. There's a bunch of nice presets in here. So when you're looking through here, you'll see, you know, you've just got different piano presets that you can go through. It's really easy to use because there's like 3 different modes you can go through. So you can go through Chop, you can go through Robot, or you can go through Swarm. I mean, you guys can see how quick you can get, you know, the grains and everything moving by just turning the Swarm on. Then you can control the amount of Swarm that comes in. And then obviously you've got a ton of other effects that you can add here too as well. So let's go ahead and let's just add us a little J60 chorus on here. And with all the modules, you can hop underneath the hood by hitting the cog, and then you can go, like with this, you can go between the different chorus styles. So again, you can just do some dope stuff on this. Like I can pull up a distortion if I wanted to. And then when I get to the distortion, I can mess with the drive. You've got different types like soft, digital, subtle, fold, just different types. So it's giving me distortion there on all those grains, which is kind of cool there too as well. This is a fire plugin, man. It is a fire plugin. I didn't do it justice in this demo, but again, you know, we've been recording for a little bit, and I gotta get going. So I'll leave this link, $20. Again, everything else you can get it at Plugin Boutique, and you can get a freebie with this thing too. $20 for the upgrade from Dawesome Love 1, not for the full price of this. These last 2 stories, I'm gonna kind of make these as quick as I possibly can because I do want to cover both of them. So it looks like Novation just dropped the Launch 3 control. Let's take a look at this. So Novation launched Control 3, control your plugins and hardware synths, a compact controller to add a performance interface to software and hardware. So they say this is designed to be the little sister of the Launch Control XL3. The Launch Control 3 uses the same construction principles and materials to create a compact and lightweight control surface centered around knobs and buttons that send MIDI CC messages to your software or hardware. So pretty dope. Just looks like it's a little controller. It says here that it has a total of 16 and 8 assignable backlit buttons. So 16 encoders and then the 8 backlit buttons. Looks pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? This is what this thing gonna look like. So I mean, obviously, if you know, you know, it's just gonna, you know what I'm saying, control your stuff. So they say here, this makes the Launch Control 3 ideal for expanding a hardware synth like the Microcore 2, providing a more comprehensive knob per function interface than the instrument offers by build. So that's kind of dope. It's kind of dope. I was looking for the price. I can't find the price, but in return, I did find people complaining in the comment section. We need displays with self-editable info, actual values below every knob. Exactly. What's the point of endless knobs? They want a synthesizer, or they want a controller that's going to be an extra $100, $150. That's what they want. They're not getting that though. And last but not least, guys, I have a story here from IK Multimedia. It looks like they've just dropped a brand new TONEX pedal. Let's take a look at this thing. So it says IK TONEX 1 double special D-tones and mini pedal. So it says here, the latest IK Multimedia limited edition pedal is the new TONEX 1 double special. This small footprint brown pedal comes with access to their double special collection and the ODS Legends collection. Perfect for any guitarist who wants boutique amp tones but cannot find the ridiculous price tag of rare hand-wired boutique amps. Alexander Dumble created a number of amp models and tuned them specifically for his player. His work is now legendary and the prices have skyrocketed since he passed in 2022. So these TONEX pedals let users experience the authentic sag and harmonic depth of elite D-style amps powered by IK's AI machine modeling. IK states that these snapshots deliver the most iconic, crystal clear, clean, stunning accuracy. So this bad boy is going to be $289. You can get it over at Thomann. I'll leave that link too. That's what I got for you guys in today's video. Hopefully I can help you guys out. Make sure you go get that Evolve Air and get your free copy of Distiller. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button. Hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always. Signing off as your anchorman. Something. Hit the keys. Until next time. Peace. Some. Hit the keys.